Restart. Welcome to the stream. I'm going to be playing Stunt Race FX today. Classic Super Nintendo game. I guess I got in the racing bug after last week's Crash. What was it? Crash Nitro Kart? Anyway, this is a game I played a couple of times, but only at friends' houses on their SNES. And it always impressed me. I like the car characters have a lot of personality, which is odd for a car, but you know. So my goal today is to play through speed tracks. As you can see, there's a few different options. If you finish all 3 difficulty levels, you unlock another option, so that's my goal. Weak body, slow acceleration but fast. Medium, medium, medium. Strong, fast, but less top speed. Okay, let's just go through them in that order, and we'll see how I do. I feel like this is the mascot character, the main one, but I don't know, just because it's the default maybe. Hello Gibbon. Ooh, keep out. Tough. Alright, so, ooh, I don't know if the background is supposed to look like that. That might be a graphical glitch. Yeah. Whoa, that's definitely not right. Did I get a bad ROM? Or I haven't even engaged the Super FX chip yet. Of course, in gameplay, just like in Star Fox, this game uses the Super FX chip that Argonaut Software developed to get 3D graphics working on a Super Nintendo. Pretty impressive for the time. We'll see how well that holds up. Yeah, so I've got accelerate, I've got brake, I've got, what's this? Oh yeah, boost, okay. Just like Star Fox again, we have a boost meter, but I have to refill it with those pickups, I think. Oh, I tried to drift there, it didn't quite work. What else we got? Oh! There's a horn which also makes your body jump up. I don't know if that's useful. I don't really remember much about playing this, I just remember it looked impressive and fun. Okay, truck hazard, good. Oh gosh. Okay, that worked. Boost! Yeah, woo! You know what this is reminding me of? I don't want to bring it up, but... Oh gosh. That's just not good. Yeah, what it really reminds me of is Rayman Kart, the 3D kart racing game for mobile phones, which similarly, obviously, technical limitations of old Java phones. But yeah, it looks similar to this. Kind of blocky polygons and much more dynamic and interesting than any Mode 7 game, racing game that I've seen. And you know, it allows things like this. You go going down and up. Amazing, right? Revolutionary. This is harder than I thought, actually. I figured I'd breeze through and get to the masterclass, but it's pretty difficult. But I'm not using my boost very much, so maybe that's it. And I'm struggling with drift too. Go boost! Yeah, that was the end. Okay. Yeah, Gibbon. He's saying it reminds him of X and X-Scape. I haven't actually got around to playing X-Scape, aka X Returns or 3D Space Tank, yet, in my huge backlog. But yeah, it was made by Argonaut as well, and it's in that same lineage. So this is basically a Star Fox spin-off game, really. You do meet the oh yeah, I forgot this whole arcade racer timing thing that's going on. Yeah, I guess it has that. Yeah, the Star Fox team do show up in this game, and I hope to show that off. I don't know if it's a button overflow thing, but my drifts just aren't working very well. Maybe I gotta hit R and then, I don't know. Nope. I'm trying, I'm really trying. So, I think the car has health. That's what the red pickups are. I was a bit rushed picking this, so I didn't actually have time to read the manual, but I know there is one out there. Yeah, the music's nice. That's by a lady called Shinobu Amayake. She doesn't have a lot of credits to her name, but yeah, she's done music for a few other Nintendo games. I just looked it up before. I did a quick dive into Moby Games to check out some of the developers, but I don't remember what else she worked on. Nothing that stood out to me, I guess. I like the background details. You can see some aquatic life down there, I think. A whale, maybe? I'm not sure. It's pretty cool, though. Oh, there is a damage thing. I've only been looking at this window, because, again, as with Star Fox, part of the limitation of the Super FX chip is, you know, it allows these 3D graphics, but it can't quite manage to do them full screen. So we have this old school, like, and I mean, like, old home computer game type gameplay in a window with a sort of UI frame. Oh, the dolphins, I love that. That's sweet. And I realized just now that I was looking inside this gray frame where I have a boost meter and I have a timer and everything, but I wasn't looking down below that where it actually has my speedometer, my damage taken, what position I'm in, and rest. That means lives. This game does have a life system apparently, just like F-Zero, where it's very unwelcome. But I guess in F-Zero it was much easier to die just by falling off the stage or hitting a hazard. And then that can end your run all too soon. But yeah, that doesn't happen in this game. But I think I think Super Mario Kart also had a system like this, where if you come in last, yeah, see I had some damage on my meter there, but that red pickup removed it. Yeah, if you come in at too low a position, you lose a life and have to restart that race again. I guess second place last time was good enough, so I didn't lose a life, did I? I might have, actually. I don't know. Okay, hi Tony. What's this? Yeah, we'll play, we won't skip. We got a chance for extra lives here, or extra time. So this is the bonus round, where there's a big truck. Okay, so my car's going in the truck. I think I control the truck? Yeah, that's right. And the thing is that it's tough to control. Oh, that is so cute! Look at that! Like an old Disney cartoon or something. Sorry, I was pausing it to read the chat. So yeah, I'll talk more about the development a bit later. Gibbon's playing Sonic Mania at the same time. I was watching the stream and he's paused it to listen. Yeah, this is kind of a Star Fox spin-off. I'll explain a bit about that in a moment. Tony, welcome. Hello, good to see you. This is on the Super Nintendo and it uses the Super FX chip just like Star Fox did. If you're familiar with the graphics of that game, the style is very similar. I can actually do some things with this animation. If I hold Y, it speeds up. If I... Oh, no, that wasn't it. What was the other one? Yeah, it slows down when I hold R. If I press select, it starts going backwards, and then I can do... Well, I'll do that later. Ooh. What? Okay, so I think pressing select makes the viewpoint change. I heard there was a cheat where you press LR, 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 LR. Ah, whatever. Didn't work. Anyway, so I have to drive through gates, and it's difficult with this truck because it's really big and slow and heavy. But it actually does have its own boost meter, I notice. Oh, man, this is rough. Whoa! And yeah, as you can see, the truck also has eyes. So going through these gates will give me extra time in this mode, and if I do a whole lap, I think I get an extra life. But man, it's really tough to control. That's the point, I guess. Oh, I like this. It's really good. Good little bonus round. Yes, extra time for the next races. Yes, yes, of course. Okay. Yeah, so of course Moby Games has this useful feature that you can go to the credits page and it lists all the people who worked on it, and then also what other games they've worked on, and and games that have a large number of common staff between them and the one that you're looking at. So, in other words, there's a list at the very bottom that says other people who worked on this game also worked on, and the number one entry is Star Fox, and that there's 10 developers in common. I think a lot of them are Nintendo people. I didn't see many Argonaut games on there, but I did only have a quick look. For example, Dylan Cuthbert, who I expected to be a common link between the two, didn't actually work on this at all. Giles Goddard did, though. Giles Goddard is, you know, another prominent guy at Argonaut and Q Games now, which is the successor company to that. But he also worked on other, you know, Nintendo games at the time. So he actually programmed the distorted face model of Mario in Mario 64. And he did some work on 1080 snowboarding as well on the 64. So there's no items or anything. I'm really trying to figure out what this jump up thing does. If it lets you pass another car easier or something? I don't know. I'm contending with this little guy in first place there. Oh. Oh. Okay, yeah, it's cool. So I'm wondering about this timer in the top right. Okay, so I get more time on that when I do a lap. That's good. Yeah, another background detail just there I didn't point out. The animals crossing the road in front of you. I like that. It's very dynamic. Nice little things happening during the course. Oh, and that too. That's very Rayman Kart. I wonder how much of it was inspired by this game. Of course, Rayman Kart, made by French people at Gameloft. Good folk there. Gameloft always had a close relationship with Ubisoft because the owners of both companies are brothers. But I think Gameloft might have been bought out at some point. Not sure. Of course, Ubisoft might be being bought out soon. Yeah, this was published and developed by Nintendo. There is some crossover between Argonaut apparently with Giles Goddard, but I'm not really sure about his employment situation. So yeah, who knows what really went on. But yeah, it's very much a Nintendo game, but using the Super FX chip that Argonaut developed for Nintendo. Yeah, Gibbon and Tony both saying that they like this game and it looks great. Yeah, I just, you know, it's an interesting footnote to the Star Fox Argonaut relationship, but it is actually a nice little game that I remember playing as a kid too. So, yeah, this is Night Owl. I heard that you can do an Easter egg here, but I think they were confusing it with a later course. So you can see a plane taking off there, another nice background detail. So, oh, there you go, there's a Mario face, a Kirby, and there was a Fox portrait back there as well on a billboard. That's just some nice little Easter eggs. Come on, do the drift, it's not working. Maybe I should be braking more. Yeah, that's definitely the right button. I don't know. Really should have read the manual. Never mind. I hope this... so I've come second, first, and second. I hope I can, you know, unlock the next thing. Because as I said before, my goal is to unlock master difficulty, which you do by beating novice and whatever else. The other two. And once I beat Master, I can unlock a fourth vehicle, which is a strange two-wheeled car. Not quite a motorbike, but a two-wheeled car. Yeah, I'm interested in seeing what that looks like, but... yeah, with my skills, we might not get there. But this is pretty quick, it doesn't take too long, so I could do multiple attempts if I need to. But yeah, very neat little game. Very impressive. Boost, boost, boost. There's not much of a visual indicator that you're boosting. The exhaust noise gets louder or more high pitched. But I think there's also sparks that come out the back of the car. Yeah, you can see them there. Whoa! I don't know if... yeah, I was thinking about the graphics, whether they're supposed to be like flashing panels, but maybe not. I mean, there's definitely some on the side of the road there. You do worry sometimes when you're emulating on, you know, non-native hardware that things display correctly because refresh rates are different. You notice a lot on, you know, Let's Play videos or whatever of older games. If a character gets hurt, they start flashing. Sometimes the flashing is not synced properly to the refresh rate of this, you know, the system they're using at the moment. And the character just disappears for a while. Like, that's not supposed to happen. I do get kind of paranoid about that, but also I'm aware of the fact that what I'm seeing right now is not necessarily what you, the viewer, are seeing when you watch this, because of the processing and the broadcasting and all that stuff. Okay, so we cleared that. Good. That was fun. And I think the cards are cuter in 3D form than in sprite form, like on that screen. Yep, those are my times. Good to know. Ah, I came in first overall. Excellent. Is that a total time? Oh, this is like a leaderboard. Okay, that's different. I thought it was comparing me to other people who were in the race, and I was like, no, it had to have been closer than that. Okay. Well, I guess I'll do the next one. Coupe this time. And yes, that's... You can see that the E has an accent on it, so you pronounce it. It's French. Anyway, never mind. Let's change our name to the other immature joke that the chief uses on Game Center CX. What? Come on. Does each car have a separate... does each car have separate progression? This is bad. I don't like this. Alright, let's just do it. And we'll see the consequences later. Yeah, so like I was saying, this game, some crossover with the Star Fox team. So Star Fox had, oh wow, crazy. Okay, I can already tell this car has much better handling. It also has an amusing animation when it gets hit where all the parts fly apart. And there's a foggy kind of look to this course. Oh yeah, that's that flashing thing I was talking about. There's 4 little dots at the bottom of the coupe's body. Whoa! Man, this is a rough race. Yeah, I guess I should look more into which developers of Star Fox were Argonaut people and which were Nintendo people, but yeah, there was a decent amount of crossover between the two games in terms of the team working on it. Of course, Argonaut came into Star Fox with their experience on X, a Nintendo published Game Boy title. I really don't know the details of their exact relationship with Nintendo and development stuff. But I'm sure... Ah! sure it's worth looking into. As is, you know, interesting seeing any kind of collaboration like that from those days. Wow, this is much harder, this class. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I believe this game was made between Star Fox and Star Fox 2, obviously, as Star Fox 2 didn't actually come out. But yeah, we'll all get the chance to play it soon enough when people dump the ROM from the SNES Mini. Or, you know, if you manage to get one. Of course, people have been able to play it for years, but, you know, it's the 90% complete version. Whoa! Brutal. Okay. Yeah, stuff. I did notice a couple other things in the credits. The person, or there's two people listed for map design, so I guess that's course design, race course design. And they are Kensuke Tanabe, who I immediately recognized because he's the producer from Nintendo who works with Retro on Metroid Prime and Donkey Kong Country Returns games. And I believe he works with other Western studios like NST as well. Oh, I hit so hard that I completely flew apart and then I had to reform afterwards. Interesting. So yeah, yeah, Tanabe-san did design work on this game before he was just a producer. Of course, they all start like that, doing like some kind of design or engineering work and then become managers, am I right? Supervisors and all that. The other person credited on map design, apart from Tanabe, was Kenji Yamamoto, who, a name I immediately recognized, and due to the connection with Donkey Kong Country, because he was the music supervisor for DKCR, and I think he probably, yeah, he did some work on Tropical Freeze too, even though David Wise composed a lot of stuff for that. So I was like, oh yeah, so those two have been working together for a while. But then I clicked on his name and actually it's a different Kenji Yamamoto. Completely different guy. Because the other Kenji Yamamoto, the music one, mostly just does music. But this other one does programming and you know, some design work. Must be a very common name in Japan. Kind of a John Smith situation. I have had that before because Kenji Yamamoto is also the composer, or was the composer for the Dragon Ball franchise for a while, until it was widely discovered that he was yeah, how do you say it? Plagiarizing. A lot of his work had been plagiarized from other songs and music, and that was a huge mess. They had to recall a lot of products, DVDs and video games, and put new soundtracks over them. Yeah, it was a big mess. But yeah, different guy. They just both happened to work in the composing field. This Kenji Yamamoto, who worked on course design for this game, is a third Kenji Yamamoto, who has nothing to do with the other two, except I guess there's two of them working at Nintendo. This time my goal is to get... Oh, no. Okay, yeah. My goal is to do a lap, but I kind of messed up there. This way? Goodness me. Yeah, this is not good. Oh well. Wow. So yeah, speaking of you know, supervisors and directors and stuff, the director of this game, Tatsuya Yoshida, has a very long track record at Nintendo, and scanning his list was very impressive. He's worked on a lot of great games that I have affection for. He was the supervisor on Excite Truck and Super Mario's Supercross. Also did supervision on Mother 3 and Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land. Wrote the script for BS Super Mario USA and Zelda A Link Between Worlds. And what else do you do? Some art direction too on Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2, and character design in Super Mario Maker. So he's just been everywhere and done everything, all sorts of different departments. And level design on New Super Mario Bros. 2. I'm not going to say I have any particular fondness for that game, but yeah, that's just another field that he's apparently, whoa, been involved in. Yeah, I'm going to want to avoid that snow. Like I said, this class seems to be a lot harder, and I certainly haven't been doing as well. Oh goodness, this is bad. How much I crashed, the extra fast car probably won't even do much for me. Should have gone in the opposite direction of choosing cars. Although yeah, I'm not sure if again, I'm not sure if I will be able to unlock Master Class. Since I swapped cars, it's kind of annoying. Phew. Oh no, I'm doing so badly. Anyway, this game had a multiplayer mode as well. Can't imagine how the frame rate suffered. I'm rendering 2 views at once. Would have been pretty squished as well. Can't really try that, but I heard you can. Oh, I heard you can do a single player battle mode, which is supposed to be multiplayer. Oh man, really struggling here. Look how far behind I am. So Tony, how you going with Monster World 4, huh? I guess it can be hard to make people play games if there's shiny new things coming out like Sonic Mania that everyone apparently goes gaga over. Oh no! Out of rank. That's gonna make me lose a life. Yeah, and we just come back. Alright, let's use some save dates. Hello, Danger Mouse! Yes, very bad truck driving. I apologize. This is not Euro Truck Simulator. I don't have to obey the road rules. I can just crash into stuff, but it didn't get me much of a bonus. Okay, I gotta use boost more. Especially to get out, to get over the snowy bits. Ugh. Luckily this car has pretty good handling, which helps on the snow thing. Actually, let me catch up on chat a little bit. Gibbon says that truck is the best. Semi-truck is the best Nintendo princess. And he's wondering if the buggy in Star Fox Zero is an homage to this game. You know, it could be. It does look a little like the coupe, doesn't it? Maybe? I don't know. I haven't actually seen the buggy, but... Gibbon saying that Tony took the day off and he's already beaten Mania, so he has plenty of time now to play Monster World 4. Yeah, he's got no excuse. Just like all those other guys. Mitch and Zach, they promised, but haven't seen any results. I'm looking at my watch and tapping it meaningfully. Now we've still got 2 weeks to go with that. I am not even halfway through the game yet. Guess I've been busy. Anyone could say that at any time though, really. Oops, I've done the bad thing. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, this coupe can't take those jumps very well. Whoa, no, too much drifting. Oh, that's bad. Where did I save? At the very start. That's okay. We'll start again. And this time we'll do much better. I promise. Maybe not straight away, but you'll see. Oh, goodness. Alright, yep, it's fine. Yep, I'll just burn a bit of boost. Okay. I wonder if this game has a lot of rubber banding. Who knows? How dare you? That was like a Wario Stadium situation. You gotta try and clear 2 of those jumps at once so you don't hit the upper slope of the next one and lose speed. Wario Stadium 64. Wario Stadium, of course, a Mario Kart 64 track. I believe some trivia I read was that it's the only track from Mario Kart 64 that has never been put into a later Mario Kart game as a retro track. Did you see that guy just go off this course and plow right through a snowman but not actually collide with it? That's unfair. That seems very unfair. So yeah, boost meter, damage meter. It's a bit like F-Zero, but the 3D courses and the personality that these cartoonish cars have. I really prefer this. Also, F-Zero is too hard and it's too easy to die. I don't find it fun at all, especially the Mode 7. F-Zero X is okay, it's pretty good. It's still difficult, but I enjoy in that game crashing into other races and knocking them off the course. It's encouraged. Yeah. Whoa, snowballs. Okay, good. Yeah, I don't really use brake a lot, but in that situation, just letting your finger off the accelerator for a bit can work well. Okay, yep. Yep, good. Good. Oh, everyone's right up on top of me. But I'm doing better this time. In fact, how about... What lap are we up to? Oh, that was the end. Oh, okay. Alright, we did well. Woo! The arrow at the bottom, does that help me steer or is it showing you position of other vehicles? I don't know. Let me find the arrow again and see what you mean and I'll tell you what it's for. Oh no, I just realized they put a not safe for work name on my car there and there may be children watching. It's okay. Does he read? Is he reading yet? Is he watching? It's not. I guess he's at school. Yeah, it is school time. So an arrow. I'm looking for an arrow. Yeah, it's showing position of races behind you. Okay, this is it. What happened? I'm going to save. So I'll show you something. You see these signs up on the side of the course? They've got the Star Fox logo. And I run into the wall and that knocks down the sign. Yeah, this is a... I'm going to just burn this. There we go. Yeah. And then the R-Wing flies in and drops a boost power up on you. Sweet. So yeah, this game is a Star Fox universe game, sure. And if you get all of them, I think something extra happens. So I'm going to keep trying here. I'm going to start again after I get this Easter egg to do the race properly. Didn't knock that one down. Oh yeah, the 5-year-old is at school. Okay, that's good. Apparently he went back and watched the archive of the crashed Nitro Kart video. What's going on? Maybe I need to hit them in a proper, specific order. It's okay, I got 3 laps to do this. No, I don't, because my timer's running out. Oh, I didn't... Yeah, I forgot about that. This is going to be tricky. Okay. Yeah, I need to go back. I need to load. So that's 1. That's 2. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Why is it so hard to turn? I don't understand. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Fox. I assume that's Fox. You do later see multiple R-Wings, but I assume, yeah. You don't actually know who's flying them, really. Could be anyone. Could even be Miyu or Faye. Or I guess Star Fox 2 is still in development at this stage, so it could have even been Saru, who is kind of an Andros-like ape man. Or even Fire Phoenix from the comic, who was an early considered character in an early version of Star Fox 2. Check it out. Check out the Benimaru Ito comic by... a comic that Benimaru Ito did for Nintendo Power on Star Fox. It's pretty good. I like his art too. He did some good stuff. He also did the Super Metroid comic and a Mother 2 comic for... yeah, the Mother 2 comic, it never came out in English, but some persistent fans have translated it more recently, so it is now available in English, and it's pretty good. And they did a great job without scanlation. Okay, come on. It didn't seem like it fell down there. Okay. For some reason, I just can't get this one to fall. Well, we saw the R-Wing anyway. That might have been the extent of this. Oh, that was a bit of a physics glitch. Yeah. That might be it. Anyway, there's another course where... There's another race course where the Star Fox team all show up in the masterclass. Oops. In the masterclass set of races. So hopefully I can unlock those to show them off. But yeah, I guess I learned about that Easter egg from... Well, I don't know where I learned about it from, but to prepare for this and to find out exactly how to do it, I watched a Game Explain video, so just Google that and they show it off pretty well. I'm not sure if I got the full extent of the Star Fox appearance there, but yeah, there's definitely R-Wings in the game, so yeah, that's what... That and the whole development crossover and the technology definitely places this as a Star Fox spin-off game in my mind anyway. I classified it as such in my honorable mentions feature for DK Vine, which has been on a very long hiatus. Yeah, never mind about that. Yeah, I list all the Star Fox games and all cameo Star Fox appearances. Like in Sub Wars, what's it called? Steel Diver Sub Wars, the second Steel Diver game on 3DS. actually has Peppy in it. Because I think, I noticed Giles Goddard also worked on that. I don't know if they got Q Games to do that whole game, or if... Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, Star Fox, it's pretty cool. Some talking animals and stuff, they're kind of cute. But yeah, Cars with Eyes is the next best thing. Oh wait, but no, it's not Disney Cars, really. That's a different thing. Yeah, this game hasn't had unnecessary sequels. No, sir. Although when I was searching for it, something on the 64 popped up, but I don't think it's related. Stunt Racer 64. Of course, you might notice that the name of the game, Stunt Race FX, kind of has... I don't know what to call it, but it uses the same letters and sounds as Star Fox and Super FX, the chip that made both games possible. I don't really know how to explain it, but there's definitely some kind of intangible language link there. Yes. Yeah, the buggy in Star Fox Zero. I ought to look that up. Could definitely be a reference, but we'll see. There is a remote control mode in this that I read about on GameFAQs. I don't really know what it does, but yeah, let's see if we've unlocked the next thing. Woot. Speed tracks. Body. Yeah, the flashing one means that it's the best of the 3 available cars in that category. I don't know if I want slow acceleration. Yep, much better. Yeah, it's tied to the car. Oh no, there it is! Hey, it's there! Oh, okay. So individual, like, level... Oh, I don't even know. Who knows? Whatever, who cares? Let's just play Master. I'm glad I unlocked it, even though it didn't really tell me that I had. How's chat doing? I don't think there's been anything else, but again, Twitch chat is being stupid about... Oh, it is being stupid. I missed a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, I missed 3 messages. 6-month-old is not reading yet. Yes, obviously. Okay. They all fly slightly different models of R-Wing. Ah, yes, good point. The R-Wings do all look the same in Star Fox 1, but there's 3 different models in Star Fox 2, and yeah, I think it's Fox and Miyu fly the normal-looking one that looks the same from Star Fox 1. Falco and Faye, I think? I might have mixed up Miyu and Faye there. I don't have a complete handle on them. They fly a faster, more agile one that it's got less health, but it's faster or something like that. Gosh, this thing's got really good handling. Whoa. So even with that jump that looked like it would take me over open water, I didn't... I sort of hit a wall and went back into the course, so there's no instant death traps. And Peppy and Slippy have a slower one that has more health, and I don't remember the stats exactly, but yeah, there's differences. And yeah, 2 of them each share a thing. I haven't played the game yet, and I'll play the full version on the SNES Mini, but I have read through Reed's quite extensive, whatchamacallit. It's like a Let's Play in the old style where it's text-based and screenshots, which you can find on the Talking Time forums. I think it's called Lost Lilat Adventures. He normally calls his things Reed-views, like reviews, but Reed is his name. I don't know what that was back there. Was that an elephant or something? Yeah, I'm not doing well here. I might have to switch to a different car. Although, I'm not finding the acceleration too terrible. And the handling is good. And body's not too much of a problem. So yeah, I might stick with this one, but just try and do better. What is that, a squid? Elephant? I don't know. So yeah, that's how I experienced Star Fox 2, is by reading this guy's, like, Let's Play walkthrough thing of it. Yeah, this is the problem with the chat delay and me not reading it, except in between races. Danger Mouse says, sure it is, but I'm not sure what she's referring to. Oh yeah. Given saying that he used to play both SNES Star Fox games a ton back in the day. His boyfriend had Star Fox 64, which we know as Lilac Wars, but he only had a SNES, so he'd rent Star Fox and then discovered emulators. So you always rented Star Fox, but then you discovered that you could emulate Star Fox 2 later on. That's interesting. Well, what do you think about the difference between Star Fox and Lilac Wars? Or, you know, again, in our region, Star Fox was called Star Wing, but although I prefer the name Lilac Wars instead of Star Fox 64, which is just a dumb, lazy, you know, put the name of the console on the end of a game title, which I never liked. Changing Star Fox to Star Wing, like, doesn't actually make sense. So I prefer the American and / Japanese name of the original, but the European, specifically the European name for the 64 version. 64, what do you say, installment. Anyway, I never played Star Fox myself until emulation. I like the rain effect. It's changing direction as well, depending on my speed and direction. Pretty interesting. Yeah, I never really liked Star Fox when I eventually got around to playing it. I think Lilac Wars is just a remake in the best way. Huh, did I go through that rock? Not too good on the rough terrain either. Yeah, a lot of the... So, Star Fox does have, you know, a lot of things about it that make it worthwhile, and it's not just overwritten by Lilac Wars. For example, it has set pieces and stages that aren't in Lilac Wars. You know, a few. It's also got really great music, but a lot of the stuff it did was retread by Lilac Wars, but retread better, I think. You know, it might just be my bias of having played Lilac Wars first, but I really do think that it's... The 3D technology is much better. It's got a consistent frame rate. It's got extra features and quality of life stuff that just make it more fun to play too, I think. So yeah, I really, really like Lilac Wars, but when I went back and played Star Fox 1, just didn't really enjoy it. I think it was too primitive. It was too ambitious for what the technology was able to do. Man, I've fallen way behind here. Oh man. This is a tough course with the corners and stuff, but yeah, not doing too well. Yeah, I'm gonna have to use a life here. I could just reload right now. Did I save? Just got paranoid about that. See, it's this emulator. I've only got like one quick save slot. I could, man, man. Okay. Oh, this is so bad. Oh, gee, those delays. All right. Gibbon says, yeah, I see your big post there, Gibbon. Sometimes they don't go through on Twitch when you write a whole bunch of stuff in one chat post. Oh, so bad. Oh yeah, the name of the car before I changed it. Yeah, it was It was a joke. It's something I got from a TV show from Japan. Don't worry about it. Just a stupid thing. Yeah, so chat. Yeah, first of all, Gibbon says, fun fact, I was introduced to emulators when searching the internet for how to play Lufia 1 since I didn't have access to it. That's, well, Lufia 1, I don't know. It's worth looking into for Lufia 2, but maybe not Lufia 1. No, that's a pretty good game, but... he says, I think Lilac Wars has a lot going for it. It's got a more freeform level selection and route system. It's got the Landmaster and Blue Marine, RIP. But Star Fox SNES also has stages and such that I really liked that didn't make the transition, and the music is killer. I agree. Similarly, Star Fox 2 has some really interesting stuff going on in it, just beyond just the all-range mode and new planets. But none of the extra stuff like the semi-RTS game galaxy map stuff made it into Lilac Wars. No, that's true. It did make it into Star Fox 2, funnily enough. Sorry, no. It made it into Star Fox Command in a certain way, where each level was a smaller RTS map, but all the little, like, level task things that you get into in Star Fox Command are nowhere near as substantial as the levels you have to do in Star Fox 2 or really any other game in the series. They're like mini levels. It's almost like a Star Fox WarioWare. No, it's not that short and that's reductive, but yeah, it's interesting how little Star Fox 2 influenced Lilac Wars, but I guess nobody really knew about it because it wasn't released, so they didn't feel they had to use any of it. But they did actually use some of it. I mean, Star Wolf Team first showed up there. I'm sure a bunch of other stuff that I can't think of, but yeah, they even brought things into Star Fox Zero from Star Fox 2. The little that isn't just a complete like lift from Lilac Wars is the transforming R-Wing mechanic, or gimmick, you might say, if you're being unkind, which was a big part of Star Fox 2, the ability to transform into a chicken walker. Yeah, I'm doing really badly. This is really hard, dudes. I might be able to claw my way back to second. We'll see. Oh, no. Well, that was a horrible... Okay, we're going to reload. Landmaster was introduced... Gibbon says Landmaster was introduced because the dev team thought the chicken walkers were stupid. Well, not too stupid that Miyamoto couldn't use them again, you know, 20 years later. That guy's a hack. Did I say that? Never mind. Oh, how did that guy get so far ahead so quickly? Oh, and how did that happen? We gotta start again. It's that guy. That little F1 car. I don't like you, dude. I want to at least beat this stage. Whoa! Yeah, he's pulling ahead now. Shouldn't speed up too much on those sections. Now I'm rollicking everywhere. Okay, I can catch up. Except I'm out of boost. Critical damage. About that. I haven't tried this yet. Yeah, fun. Okay. Oop, too much drift. And I missed the health. Oh well. I can do this. Oh! Looks like I got rear-ended by that four-wheel drive. Oh well. Try again. But in the meantime, Yeah, Gibbon says, in my opinion, they're better implemented in Star Fox 2 just due to the control scheme. Yeah, we already went on about the Star Fox Zero control scheme last week, I believe. I believe we mentioned it, possibly. Yeah. But yeah, like you were saying before, Star Fox is, you know, it exists and it has a right to exist. And it has things that Lyle Wars doesn't. But a lot of the stuff that is in both games is just strictly better in Lyle Wars, in my opinion. Whoa, knocked around like something that gets knocked a lot. Good. Actually, yeah, this is good. Save. Yeah, serious time. Save state time is serious time. Except I'm out of boost. Oh, missed it. Oh well. I'll stay ahead due to my natural racemanship. Yeah, no boost to make it over that. Oh well. We can get ahead. My top speed is way better than that four-wheel drives. Good. Yeah, okay, Gibbons agreeing with me on that. The stuff that they copied over was done better. But yeah, still there's some pretty atmospheric bits in Star Fox 1 that are cool. Like the expert mode Venom approach, I really like. You're sort of flying through this sort of tunnel that's open on one side and you're looking out over what's presumably like a big city or something, but it's at sunset and it just looks really nice. And yeah, as we said before, the music. Fantastic music in Star Fox. Oh man, everyone got screwed over on that corner. Good for me. Yeah, and you know, oddly there's a lot of music that is never referenced again in newer games. Oh, was that it? Okay, this is the final. No. Oh, I got totally rammed there. That car repairing itself mechanic, or not mechanic, but like thing that just happened. It's more a visual gag. But it actually reminds me of what you can do in Carmageddon. I'm not sure which one. I think it might have been the original or maybe the second one. I played it on PC back in the day. Like during the race you can get smashed up and one of your goals could be to destroy other cars, but unlike other cars you have a repair key. So at the cost of some of the money you earn, your car will sort of repair itself as long as you're holding this button down. And it just sort of undings all the dings and yeah, it looks kind of cool. Yeah, I'm gonna need to load. Try harder this time. Because I'm still in first back here. Oops. The music reminds me of Star Fox, but it's not the same composer. Maybe it's because it uses similar samples and stuff. You know, the SNES. Of course, not all games use the same samples, but when there is some overlap. Eat. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, that was deadly. What lap am I on? That's the one thing the UI is not telling me. And there's space for it. I could have moved things over. Okay. Oops. Oh no, stuck in a bouncy loop again. Oh, them rocks. Is my imagination or is the frame rate in this game better than Star Fox? It's not great. But yeah, and there's definitely pop-in as well, which you get in all Star Fox games. Oh, bad. So bad. Bad at this game. Okay. Cool. Alright. Can I catch up? What do you think? Maybe? That's a boost. But I'm pretty damaged. I saw them going around up there. Yeah, there's no way I'm getting back from that. Ooh. Oh yeah, given saying the music is a lot like Macross, like an 80s anime series. Star Fox does have that feel as well at times. It's like a mashup of Western and Japanese sensibilities. It's well documented that they were inspired by Thunderbirds, partly. Not that that really shows through a huge amount, but... Ow. There's definitely puppet-like characters in the instruction manual. And the talking heads going... Meep, 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 meep. Ugh. Yep. No. 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 They're not too far ahead. No. I'm sorry. I gotta do better. So I'm on lap 2 now. If I can do this part well and come through in a high position, starting the next lap, I'll save again. I'm burning boost to get out of corners early, but now I've used it a lot. Good. Okay. Ooh, that was nice. Okay. I'm doing pretty well. Okay. Yeah, it's hard to steer on this dirt. Yeah, that used all my boost. I don't want to do that. And I don't want to get massacred from behind. Oh, come on. Okay. Yeah, okay. I might do it from here. Notice how sometimes the other cars are sort of clipping through the environment in my view. Rendering issues. That's alright. I'll forgive it. Very generous of me, I know. Oh, bad. Go. Can I at least get to second? Maybe. Notice the boulders fall on different sides of the track. No. Hey, third is good enough. Whatever. Woo. I don't want to play that course again. Back to the truck. I like how there's an X on everything. Very 90s. Boost! Actually, the boost isn't working. Or is it working but not displaying? What? Oh, I see. I see. I see what I have to do. Like, I have infinite boost, I think. It just doesn't use up any when I do it. Oh, this camera angle, man. I did a lap. Do I get a life? Please? Woo! Yeah, I did get an extra car. Good. Cool stuff. So watch out for some more familiar faces on this course. And I'm not talking about Ayrton Senna or Nigel Mansell. Whoa, yep. The system did not like rendering those clouds. Lost a lot of frames there. Okay. Nice. You know what this reminds me of? If anybody ever played Diddy Kong Racing DS, there's extra... Whoa, yeah, there they are. Nice little R1 appearance. So yeah, next time they fly over, try see if you can count them, because the guy in the Game Explain video said that there's all 4 of them show up, but I think there was only 3. Who is missing? Who took the day off? Maybe Pepe's early retirement started now. Ooh, I really needed that health. But now I gotta catch up. Woo! Yeah, so they just fly over the course the whole time that you're racing here. It's pretty fun. Oh, I also liked the dolphins earlier. Got a couple of dolphin-related games lined up for streaming at some point. I can't seem to stick to any consistent theme, but hey, at least I've done 2 racing games in a row this time. It's like the best I've done in a while. Oh, you know, except for doing all the Mr. Nuts games. Not that there's that many of them. Anyway, I was saying about Diddy Kong Racing DS. It did add a few things compared to the original on 64. And one of them was extra bonus races with TT in each world. And they used a cloud aesthetic that they also shared with the course editor function. So using the touchscreen, you can make your own courses. Oops! Yikes. Oh, the ambulance siren. Oh, I don't think I saved anyway, so we'll just start again. Yeah, I believe if you beat them, then... No, I don't remember. Might have been keys, wish keys or something. Anyway, it was part of beating the game was doing these cloud races, but they also double this if you did any user-created courses yourself. They would also use the cloud aesthetic. Yeah, track designers in racing games, I mean... Not a lot of games do it, but when they do, well, I don't know, can't say I ever use them much, but it's a neat feature, neat inclusion. That definitely looked like 3. That looked like 3 to me. We were talking about F-Zero earlier. F-Zero X had a course creator, but only in the Japanese disk drive release. I think possibly one or more of the GBA ones did too. My memory is telling me that only Japan ever got the course creators, so it could be the third GBA game that wasn't released internationally that had it. But I might be being unfair with that. Go check out the Hardcore Gaming 101 article on F-Zero if you want to find the answer to that question that I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna blow up again, aren't I? Oh no! Oh, gimme, 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 gimme. Okay, that was worth going out of my way for. Because for whatever reason, I seem to be holding first place easier on this race than I did on the previous one. In fact, I'm just going to say right now, in case I blow up again, because nobody wants to see too much repeated content. I want to show off some of the other modes too after this. Of course I crash into 5 walls straight away. Stop, stop. Yeah, this is kind of hard. So what's the first thing I emulated, since Gibbon was talking about that earlier? I'm thinking back now. If I remember correctly, it was a NES emulator that I just got off my friend because he downloaded it off the internet, but I wasn't, you know, up to downloading things off the internet stage in my computer career. I'm trying to remember if it was, depending on the era, if he gave it to me on a floppy disk or if it was like a thumb drive. And it might have been a floppy disk. It was the classic NES emulator, Nesticle, which had a very not safe for work icon, suggestive of its name. Okay, 1, 2, I'm sure that was 3. I don't think there's 4 R-Wings on this course. I think someone's taking a day off in the Great Fox. Whoops. Which, of course, didn't exist at the time. They didn't have a home base. They kind of just took off from a corn area land base at the start of the game and just kept flying. Yeah, one of the cool things about Star Fox is the continuity between games, especially Lilac Wars, Adventures, Assault Command. Nice little quadrilogy there. And if you want plot, just play those 4. And don't worry about 1 or 0 or 2, because they don't really relate. But there's a pretty strong through line with those 4 games. But if you want, like, scrolling shooter action, you want to play just 1 and 64. You want to ignore all the other ones. Oh no, please don't. There we go. Steel Diver, best Star Fox game, says Given. Well, I don't think you mean Steel Diver. I think you mean the second game, Steel Diver Sub Wars. But hey, I don't know, maybe you really want a side-scrolling submarine game to be a Star Fox game. I played a bit of Sub Wars. It's free to play, right? So you get to try it out for free, but I don't know, I wasn't that into it. Although, as Gibbon says, it did bring back the Blue Marine from Lilac Wars. So yeah, it's not exactly Star Fox style gameplay though. Although Peppy is the tutorial instructor. It's much more slow and deliberate, and it's like a competitive first-person shooter, really, but underwater. So yeah, pretty different, and not something I was willing to fork out for. But I took a screenshot of the store page where the Blue Marine was. Oh, okay, you can do an instant depth crash. This is splash. Yeah, so Sub Wars. Interesting. And another Star Fox spin-off, just as much as this game is. But which is more in the spirit of Star Fox, I ask you, and that's up to you to decide. At least you can pilot an actual Star Fox team vehicle in that game. Whoa. This feels a little F-Zero X-ish. Especially the half pipes. Although, you know, they were in earlier levels, but I never crashed off one before. Oh, no, no, don't do it again. Wow. I think I just passed through part of the course. I saw a ship on my way down, which is nice. So yeah, did you play much Sub Wars? How did you find it, given? It goes all in on the, like, I don't know if you would call it immersion or just, what's the name for when your UI looks like a stupid real life thing? You know, Apple was big on it like 5 years ago, but then they stopped. Oh! Whoa! Brutal. There's a buzzword. What is the word? You know when like your calendar app looks like it's got a torn off piece of paper on it and it's mimicking the form of a real life object that it's replicating, even when it doesn't need to, and even when it gets in the way of functionality. I think probably the worst offender was Apple's original podcast app, the original iteration of their podcast app. Ooh, that didn't look right. I mean the game and also the podcast app. Yeah, see, that's dodgy collision detection right there. Yes, you should know this. You are technically a designer, given. Do you do UI design? UI, UX? Whoa! What is that word? You know when your apps have like a faux leather texture applied to whatever bits of them. It's the dumbest thing ever, but Steve Jobs and Johnny Ive were like totally into it for a bit. And all their design power got to their head and they just splashed it everywhere and it was awful. Okay, if I make it past that hazard, I'm going to save, because I've died there many times now. And here I was talking about this being more forgiving than F-Zero's instant death traps. What a fool I was. No, no! Why? How? I think I just saw the coupe fall off, by the way. Oh, the coupe gets to come back. How come I don't get to come back? Alright, save. He has done UX work. Can't remember the term, but yeah, Apple's was hard. Agreed. They seem to have grown out of it. They went into a phase of minimalist design where everything was white and thin lines and text that you couldn't tell was a button. Every era has its design crimes, and Apple is at the forefront of them. But they also make things nice and cohesive a lot of the time as well, so, you know, it's a double-edged sword. I think the real problem is just that they change things too often in terms of form, but not enough in terms of function. Like, their bug fix releases are so few and far between that it gets really frustrating sometimes. But yeah, enough about the tech industry. Let's talk about video games, which are not the tech industry. They totally are. Yeah, I don't know. Like, interfaces like that work in games, but they don't work in just apps. And they don't need to exist. But yeah, Sub Wars was a pretty good one. I guess it's in the tradition of games like Go By Train, right? Where the whole thing is just a massive replication of what a train driver would be using, presumably, realistic or not. What was the other one? There was like a 360 game where you bought like a multi-$100 massive peripheral that was like a giant robot controller that is what it would be like if you were actually inside a giant robot. What was that game? Was that one of the FromSoft games that's not Dark Souls? What do they call it? Am I thinking of the right thing? Gibbon? Is it Armored Core? Anyway. I believe that controller had a button on it that if you press it, like it's a self-destruct button, and you eject and your robot blows up and then it erases your game or something. Crazy stuff. Whoops! It's too easy to do that on this level. Don't know if you can hear that, but that was cat scratching around in the background. We are cat sitting for 6 weeks. Parents-in-law's cat is here. So she's not a noisy thing usually, so you might not hear her really, but yeah, it's nice having a pet around, don't you know? People figured this out a while ago, and then they domesticated animals. Armored Core, yep, Armored Core. We need a Star Fox game where you drive a train. Could it be a space train? Yes. Not sure if Armored Core is the one with the living room size peripherals as given. Something did. It wasn't Supreme Commander. Ow, how rude. Yeah, the train. There was a train in Lilac Wars on the Macbeth level. That was a brilliant level. Very memorable set piece. Where you're driving in the tank beside the train the whole way. At the end you have a chance to, if you hit the right sequence of levers that are hidden at the boss fight stage of this level, you can divert the train so that it goes off course and down the wrong track straight into like an ammunition dump, a munitions like factory or something, and there's a gigantic explosion that's very satisfying to witness, and you get 50 hits at once, which is 5 times the normal amount for defeating a boss. And it's amazing, and as soon as I figured out how to do it, I did it every single time on that boss. So I've basically never fought that boss properly. I always do the alternate end. And if you do the alternate win condition, you can always, from the menu afterwards, switch to the basic win condition progression thing afterwards. So it doesn't lock you out of doing a certain path if you do the more hard path, Listen to my words. Anyway, very good level with the train, but you've never actually driven a train in that game, and I don't think that would be very satisfying. Because, you know, I like being able to move freely, and being stuck on a track is not really, yeah, I'm not good at the words today. Consistent with that. It's why I don't like Zelda Spirit Tracks. Didn't get on with that game really. I don't like the overworld sections at all. When I went back and played Phantom Hourglass afterwards, I actually enjoyed that a lot more. Sailing around the sea. Yeah. Yeah, Gibbon says he wants to drive a train, like if the Great Fox was a train. You can steer it, or leave it on auto and man the guns, go to the hangar, take off, keep pace with the train and land again. Yeah, it's a lot of good ideas. He seems to have put some thought into it, as he says. Yeah, Sounds fine if you can get it to work. The thing you're describing also has multiplayer potential if there's different stations and different tasks you can do. Yes, Danger Mouse says the train passion displayed here is amazing. Okay, so I should have now unlocked the 4th car. Oh, I've got credits, I think. Okay, we'll watch those. Spirit Tracks had so much potential, says Given, but you don't get to the point where I actually enjoy the train sections until like the end of the game after you've put a lot of effort into building up your train, and the dungeons suck. Yeah, the dungeons... There you go. Kenji Yamamoto, programmer. Colin Reed. Oh, didn't mention Giles there. Sorry, I wasn't watching. This is actually pretty cool. Shape designers, yeah. Polygons. This and Star Fox is like Nintendo's first exposure to polygons, I guess. Funny. Yeah, I don't get that building up your train thing though, because you can buy train parts, but they really don't do anything. Like, and they're unlocked randomly, and I think if you get enough of the same type, then you get more health. But does that really help that much? Like, I don't know. I mean, unless you're talking about getting the cannon and stuff, but that happens pretty early. The rabbit net, like that's so useful. Yeah, it just... I think my problem was that you couldn't really customize your train in any meaningful way. And... so that was a in-cockpit view, I think. I think you could switch views, but I didn't really bother with it. I prefer the third-person view anyway. Yeah, Spirit Tracks. I think maybe the only good thing it had over the original was that it was easier to roll. But yeah, Phantom Hourglass was a much more satisfying game. Oh, no, I take it back. There's one really good, nice thing that you could do in Spirit Tracks is that Zelda was a main supporting character that accompanied you through the whole adventure, and you could use her to do useful things in the dungeons, and just no other Zelda game apart from the CDI games has had Zelda as a real character that's not just like someone to be rescued. Probably the closest is, I don't know, Twilight Princess or Skyward Sword. Blech. But yeah, having Zelda involved in the game was really nice, and I wish they would do that more, but they just don't. Yeah. By the end of the game, says Given, you have cannons and whistles and armor and a bunch of other options cosmetically. But you... Yeah, it's all cosmetic. But you have to do tons of side quests and stuff to get there. Same with the tracks. If you don't deliberately go out of your way to do so, you're just stuck with the main paths, but you can unlock tons of branching connections everywhere till the map is a veritable spiderweb. That's interesting. I didn't unlock that many branching paths, but yeah, maybe if they'd been more available, it would have been more fun. I don't know. Anyway, there was a tutorial mode, but now that I've cleared one-player mode, it's changed to free tracks. So I actually can't show you off the tutorial mode, unfortunately. Sorry about that. But yeah, this is the new car I unlocked, 2WD. So let's name ourselves after our favorite Linux Penguin mascot and go back to Night Cruise to try and do that hitting the signs thing. And then I'll show off some of the modes and then we'll be done. So yeah, this is a really good game actually. I feel like I've seen most of it now. I mean, I've seen all the courses. What a weird little car. And it's not a motorbike, it's a two-wheeled car. Supposedly. I don't know what justification they use for that, but... maybe there's too much repeated music in this game, I don't know. It's nice though. Okay, so that's fallen down. I just couldn't get the other one to fall down, but the other one still appeared, so I'm just trying this one more time to see if there really is. Okay, so that's fallen down now. Alright, that's all of them fallen down. Yeah, okay, well, fine. I didn't look at the Oh. Oh, that's cute. You can see the sprites there. But yeah, I don't like the eyes. There's something off about them. I prefer the eyes on the 3D models. So now I can freely play any of the bonus tracks too. But there's no way to leave once I've selected the mode. So I'll just restart. Yeah, the cars are adorable. See you, Danger Mouse. Thanks for showing up. See you next time. There's always something going on my stream. So what do we want to do? Battle tracks, we'll see what that is. Back to the old standby. No, not to that one. Hey? Oh, oh, darn it. I don't have the Play 2 controller. Hang on. Play 2. So if I just put B as, I don't know, keyboard. What? Come on. It's not letting me change these buttons. My emulator. Dang. Okay. I can't do this. I can't do this mode. I have to leave. Sorry. Yeah, I thought I could. Oh well. Yeah, so I can't do battle tracks. I think maybe you have to have the second player controller plugged in, but you don't actually need another person to use it. But you do have to use it to get through the menu. But my emulator wouldn't let me assign buttons for the second player controller for some reason. Anyway, let's check this out. So fast acceleration, medium body, and as fast speed as that one. That's pretty good stats, but it might be a little hard to control. Oh well, we've unlocked it, so we might as well use it. Oh, all new tracks. Interesting. Yeah, so we'll play these 4, and then that'll be it. So yeah, I don't know what battle mode is, and I can't show it off. Sorry. Okay, get all the stars. This is interesting. What does this remind me of? They're like balloons, and you pop them when you go through them. That arcade game! Did you ever play that arcade game where the machine was like a big bicycle, and you pedal it and steer it around, and your character in the game is like on this pedal-powered flying machine, and you fly around and like fly through balloons to pop them and get points. And man, it was really evocative to me whenever I played it. And I think we even had a machine of it at university for a brief while, but then they got rid of all the machines there. Probably because it was too annoying to upkeep them. Okay, so these are interesting. Instead of a race, it's more like an arena, like an obstacle course that you get around and get you do the right things that the game wants you to do to get the stars that are hidden there. Yeah, I should look up that game sometime. It was really interesting. It's probably not emulatable unless they made a home version, just because, you know, you had to ride a physical bicycle to play the game. Jump! Woo! This is pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know why I was reminded of that game by this mode, but man, that game seemed really special to me. You had like a propeller on your bike and you fly around. Man, it was incredible. Alright, we're gonna skip that other balloon. Don't need it. Oh, there is an unlockable thing actually. If you get... Whoa! Whoa! Best kind of physics screw up. Amazing. Oh, that was great. I should clip that or something for the archives. Twitch clips, how do they work, man? sometimes I think the physics of the game just can't really handle what it's trying to do. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to be super rude. I'm going to Google real quick. Flying bicycle arcade game. Prop Cycle. Yep, I think that's the one. Go check that out. Prop Cycle. And I'll look into that later. Yeah, you can start going before those lights count all the way down right there. Maybe the four-wheel drive would be better at this. With its big tires. Gibbon says it would have been interesting to see an attempt at a 3D platformer in this engine. It's funny you should say that. I've heard that Super Mario 64 was originally started as a Super FX game that was going to be on the Super Nintendo. And Reed actually brings up the point a lot in his Let's Play of Star Fox 2 that some of the sort of design, like, you know, attempts that they were doing with some of the puzzles in that game, in the Walker sections, was like proto 3D platformer stuff that he theorizes that Nintendo took ideas from that and brought them forward into Mario 64. And that game wouldn't have come out as it did were it not for Star Fox 2. So yeah, that's interesting stuff. He really goes into that in his Let's Play. And I think he's definitely got a point that the pioneering things they were doing in Star Fox 2 were some of the very earliest 3D platformer like ideas. Yeah. The Walker sections, yeah. There's things like switch puzzles and yeah, just getting around a 3D environment that were very, I don't know, hadn't been done before kind of thing. Ugh. I wonder if the battle tracks are on these arenas. This reminds me of Diddy Kong Racing a little. How it had the 3D battle arenas that were different to the races and had kind of obstacles on them and stuff. So yeah, thinking about successes to this game, and Tatsuya Hishida, you know, in his credits list, there's this, and then there's also Excite Truck, you know, much later, almost 20 years later. And I see some similarities there. That might be the closest thing that Nintendo's done. And I really enjoyed Excite Truck, actually. I'm really pissed off that they never released the sequel over here. Excitebots Trick Racing, only in America, and then limited release in Japan through Club Nintendo, strangely enough. But didn't bother to release in PAL. Hey look, it's Luigi! That's just his Super Mario World head. Crazy. Alright, yeah, that's it. I've played all the modes now, except Battle Tracks, which I can't get to work. So yeah, that's it for Stunt Race FX. This was a lot of fun, and I appreciate it a lot. Sorry. Yeah, Star Fox game, definitely, spin-off. It's probably the Star Fox team are in these cars, maybe. No, they're not. They're sentient cars somehow. Obviously, you can see there that they don't have drivers. Could you see through, or is it reflecting the windows? I don't know. But yeah, I prefer this to Disney Pixar's Cars. I prefer it to F-Zero and Super Mario Kart for sure. It's cute. It needs a HD remake with better frame rate. No, it doesn't really. But yeah, it's got that Nintendo touch, and I'm just waffling, so let's call it there. Thanks for watching, hanging out today, and I'll see you next time on this stream, which doesn't have a name.